Amit Jatia, who's a VC at Westlife Development, joins in to talk about numbers. Amit, good to have you on the show. Quite a turnaround quarter. Take us through the highlights.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. I think, first thing is it's been a strong quarter. And the more important thing is 3 years of consistent, positive and, sustainable results. Primarily top line growth of over 30.4%. To about 340 plus crores, and same store sales growth on a very solid average unit volume of over 5 crores per store at 24.1%. Also, the good news is good turnaround in margins as well. Almost a 500 basis points improvement in our operating margin at about 10.5%, almost 123% growth in operating margin. And more importantly, even from a PAT point of view, the entire PAT that we did in all of last year, almost all of that we've done in the first quarter itself at about 11.7 crores. Cash flow also at about 32 crores, so a good 100+% growth in the quarter. More importantly, from a consumer point of view, our value strategy has resonated extremely well. And the important thing is this is sort of the third year of positive comps in the same quarter, which means that the compounding effect and the work we are doing is consistently resonating with the consumer. So all in all, we are quite pleased with the results.
The turnaround been so sharp in between quarter, because if it has taken you a couple of years to reach here, why are numbers visible so suddenly?
It's not sudden, because if you look at the commentary of what we've been telling everybody, and we've been consistent in that conversation, is that as average unit volume grows, particularly the McDonald's brand is around, servicing a very large base of customers. And if you can think of McDonald's, you will think of value. So our price points are really affordable, and therefore, particularly given that our investment per restaurant is 2.5 crores roughly, you need to get to an AUV of about 5.5 crores when the margin starts kicking in. So particularly this is our third quarter of 20 plus same store sales growth, and also the third quarter sequentially year on year between FY 16, 17 and 18. So because same store sales growth is effectively compounding the average volume, the flow through to the bottom line is beginning to show. I mean, we've maintained this all through. So the good news is it's now visible. It's all operating leverage.
How, when you say same store sales have gone higher, can you give us a flavor of that? Is this largely because you're not expanding too much, you've shut down some stores and the same store sales is looking strong? Because when I do a comparison of one more QSR company, we realize when we looked at the number is that the reason why same store sales have gone higher is because they've cut down some stores, and because of the base effect, suddenly same store sales have gone higher.
No, if you followed our results, that's absolutely not true for at least Westlife. We've been opening 25 to 27 restaurants through the last 4 to 5 years. Even through the worst period, we were one brand that never stopped opening restaurants. In fact, we went and focused hard on getting the unit economics of every restaurant right. So you will see that if you look at the last even 4 or 5 years, we've consistently opened between 25 to 30 restaurants. So, and base effect is not there for us because again, this is our 12th quarter of positive same store sales growth, including through demonetization, including through the GST introduction last year. So all I can say is that there's no question that the foundation of the work we are doing around value, around brand extensions of delivery, McCafe, the menu that we've done, all of that is working very well with our consumers.
If your first quarter performance has been this good, what can one extrapolate for the remaining 3 quarters?
Like I said, you see, we are a sustainable. Our philosophy is, it's a brick by brick building, and this is not our first quarter. If you actually look at every quarter, even in the last 2 years, every quarter we've grown over the previous year by 20-30% in every aspect. So I think I'm quite confident that the consumer sentiment is looking positive for now. I think while there is volatility in the world, I think what foundation that we built and the Indian consumer sentiment is definitely working in our favor. And I think when the two are sort of colliding, that is all the work we've done along with the positive consumer sentiment, I think the tailwinds are helping us move forward. So I'm quite confident that this same trend should continue moving forward through the year.
You have an exclusive contract with McDonald's, but is there a commitment that you cannot get other brands in Westlife? Are you looking at exploring something on those areas? Because I remember we had a conversation a couple of years ago and you said, Nikunj, right now I want to focus what is there on my plate and I'm committed to the McDonald's business. This business has become stable. Margins, operating leverage, everything has kicked in. Are you thinking beyond McDonald's now?
I think this is just the beginning for brand McDonald's. I have maintained not just over the last 3 years, but over the last as many years as I can remember, that there is only one food brand that we are interested in, and that is McDonald's. So Westlife is not interested in working towards any other brands. As you might be familiar with our Vision 2022, and Vision 2022 was boldly set out in 2016, where the numbers and the market conditions were quite difficult and challenging. What I'm proud to say is that not only are we pretty much well on our way of delivering Vision 2022, but essentially what that means is taking our sales to 2.5 times of where we are today. And we expect our margin trajectory to continue to grow as it is now. So please tell me why in this world would I want to focus on anything other than that? We haven't even touched the tip of an iceberg in terms of the number of cities we can operate in. You know, we have 152 McCafes, we should double that base. The delivery business, again, similarly can at least double or triple, if not more. Breakfast is just being sort of rolled out. So I can go on and on, but you know, the opportunity available is so huge that we think that our focus on brand McDonald's is really going to give us exponential results.
I'm waiting, Mr. Jatia, to get update on the northern franchise of McDonald's. Should we hear some update this year?
Well, as I've always maintained, I'm not really the right person for that conversation. As you can see, I have 500 million consumers in West and South. You can see this is my second or third quarter of 30% top line growth. I can clearly see ourselves as a 2,500 crore business over the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, as I've always maintained, we are very focused on what we are trying to do. And therefore, you know, that update from me might be a tough task.
Mr. Jatia, just to have this Hindi pun going in Delhi वालों को burger नहीं खिलाया तो क्या मजा आया? I'm sure you're waiting for there when you serve the North Indians also the feel of McDonald's burger in Westlife, right?
नहीं, मैकडोनल्ड्स बर्गर तो दिल्ली वाले खाएंगे ही, उसमें कोई डिबेट नहीं है, उसमें डिबेट नहीं है और सब मैककैफे सब आएगा, बट मेरा फोकस, माय फोकस इज ऑन वेस्ट एंड साउथ.
Okay. Appreciate your time.